Okay. All right. It says I'm live. Okay. Is everything going to be good? Is the stream going to restart? Audio's working. Okay, we're at 30 seconds. Wait a few more seconds just to make sure. Okay, there it is. Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Danny Phantom Vlogs Revisit. This time, we're talking about The Ultimate Enemy. The second movie, or at least it was advertised as a TV movie back when it first aired. And many people would argue that this is the best. This is the best thing to come out of the Danny Phantom series. Many people would argue that. I wouldn't know if I would go that far. But it is definitely high up there in terms of my favorite episodes and specials. It's definitely high up there. I don't know if I would put it at number 1, but it's definitely high up. So Danny and friends are getting ready to take their CATs, which is a special test that their school does. If you succeed, then you'll be guaranteed a bright future. If you fail, you're going to be forced to work at the Nasty Burger. So Danny is freaked out. Meanwhile, Clocksworth, right? It's Clocksworth, right? Am I crazy? Is it Clocksworth? Or is it Clockwork? It is Clockwork. Okay. Clockwork. All right, so Clockwork is dealing with an issue. Clockwork, the ghost that controls time, is dealing with a issue of his own. He's being pressured by the Seers, a group of people who observe all things, but don't intervene. He's being pressured by them to eliminate Danny because in the future, Danny supposedly becomes evil. And basically destroys the world. And so he's being pressured to eliminate Danny. So he puts Danny through a couple tests of his own. He sends the future daughter of Box Ghost and the Lunch Lady to fight Danny, and then after that sends Skulk Tech, a fusion between Skulker and Technus, to go fight Danny. And after beating the second one, him, Sam, and Tucker all end up getting transported to Clockwork's home. Danny tries to fight Clockwork, and realizing he's outmatched, him, Sam, and Tucker end up going through the portal that leads to the future. There, they end up meeting future Valerie, and finding out that Danny in the future becomes evil, and Sam and Tucker and Jazz and Jack, Maddie, and Mr. Lancer, they're all dead. Danny's evil future self tries to kill Sam and Tucker, but they wind up taking off their time medallions that they had taken from Clockwork's home to send, and and by taking them off, it sends them back to their original times. So they were able to escape. Danny's about to do the same when his evil self basically hides the amulet within his own body, within Danny's body, and then he goes to the past in order to ensure that this awful future happens. So Danny ends up going to future Vlad. Ends up going over to future Vlad. In order to get his help with getting it, getting it out, getting the amulet out of him. And on the way there, he ends up coming across the future versions of the Box Ghost and Johnny 13 and Kitty and Ember. And so as he's getting beaten by all of them, he ends up unlocking his ghostly whale, which is a power that future evil Danny has, that our Danny saw once, and he had been trying to imitate it throughout the whole movie. And here he finally succeeds. He's able to use the ghostly howl, though it's not perfect. It kind of short circuits his ghost powers when he uses it because of how powerful it is. He can't fully control it yet. So he manages to return back to the present, and he goes to try to fight his evil future self, who has tied all of his loved ones to the boiler of the Nasty Burger that's about to explode. It's the incident that causes Evil Danny to be born in the first place. And his future self wants to make sure that he actually exists in the future. And so he fights his evil future self, and he manages to use his ghostly howl on his future self, which is shocking to his future self, because his future self was like, "Wait, you're not supposed to have that. I don't get that power till 10 years later." And Danny manages to beat his future self, but because of his ghostly howl, his powers have short circuited. Because of his ghostly howl, his powers are short circuited. He can't go ghost, which means he can't save them. The Nasty Burger explodes, and then Clockwork reveals that all of his loved ones are safe. They're safe, and he rewinds time to the day of the test. Because while Danny was in the future trying to find a way to get back to the past, evil Danny was intending on using the answer sheet to basically the test answer sheet to cheat his way through the test. And Clockwork rewinds time to the start of the test, and Danny turns the sheet in and tells Mr. Lancer that he found the sheet, picked it up, and that he did peek at the answers, but he didn't cheat. And Mr. Lancer tells him that he'll have the chance to prove he's innocent when he takes the makeup test in a week. And so, uh, so then he goes and talks to Jazz. He goes and talks to Jazz. The reason why Danny was able to figure out exactly where he had to go in order to get back to the past was because he got a note from Jazz. He got a note from Jazz, so he finds out that she knows about him being a ghost. And the movie ends with him having a heart to heart with her, and about how she's known for quite a while and has been waiting for him to tell her when he's ready. And he agrees that it's going to be their secret from now on. And he ends up flying off to fight another ghost. And yeah, that's how the movie ends. And yeah, it's a very wonderful movie, and I can definitely see why for so many people, this is their favorite thing to come out of the show. It is a wonderful story, and the time I usually hate time travel aspect in a lot of shows because like there are so many questions that go on it. There are so many questions about the whole time travel aspect. But here, a lot of the questions are kind of given answers or have implied answers. So it really feels like this special kind of thought of everything as far as the whole time travel aspect goes and how to explain everything away. So I really like this special. This is a wonderful special. Is it my favorite episode? No. I would not say it's my favorite episode, but it is definitely high up there. Definitely top 5 material. Now I don't know if it would be my favorite episode of the show, but it's definitely like top 5 material. But I will be talking about like my favorite episodes of the show later on. That's going to be its own video. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. I'm definitely giving this one an A+. This special is wonderful, and I would definitely give it an A+. So anything less, and I'm sure the fans of the show would come rioting at my door. So so yeah, A+ for The Ultimate Enemy. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.